I rang the doorbell a couple times, the owners weren't there, and I decided to jump the fence and take things into my own hands, which was a terrible idea, and I'm not endorsed.
Matt definitely has a rebel side. But first, let's look at how this actually happened. Listen to his background.
I was an outside kid with a really wild imagination. Hill and no fences, and you just run around with your dogs, and I could just be in my own little imaginary world all day long.
You can see that his freedom was both the source of his creativity and his rebellious side. Because both concepts involves you to push beyond the boundaries of what you already know. This is what eventually gave him the confidence to do this.
I wasn't telling him what I wanted to be. I was just like, I want a soap opera. I was like, I want the craziest storyline you've ever given anybody. I'm not going to be here for a long time, so just have at it.
Next is realizing that you need less permission than you think. First, you can definitely tell how he thinks from this example here.
Looking to buy a house recently, and I'm only in LA for 24 hours at a time, and so I rang the doorbell a couple times, the owners weren't there, and I decided to jump the fence and take things into my own hands.
Just for the record, I do not endorse trespassing of any kind. Breaking barriers are good, but some things should just never be unhinged. Rules are there to protect us for a reason, but we do not want to make imaginary rules for ourselves, like what Matt is talking about here.
Short film I wrote a long time ago, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it, because if I just talk about it, it'll just never happen. So I'm gonna create these opportunities and just do this. That's the best advice I can give.
If you like stuff like this, give us a like. Next is you have to go big. Listen to how big his plans were, however unrealistic it actually was.
Oh no, I had a PowerPoint presentation for my parents at like 16 as to how I was going to escape Spring, Texas and go to drama school.
It's not bad to dream, and we should be dreaming. It's only bad if you don't do anything about it. We only think nothing is going to work because we get overwhelmed by the big goals, and we don't break it down into something we can do on a day-to-day basis. If you want to lose 10 pounds, then you might just start with walking 15 minutes a day. Now see that he has built enough confidence to sing the same song at a singing audition.
This girl in front of me sang Eternal Flame by the Bangles as her audition song, and then so I just sang the same song she did.
That was not planned?
I actually ended up getting pretty close to...
However, if you're an introvert that's just trying to become a little more confident, I have a different video on that. The last thing that this kind of teaches us is how to manage self-doubt. It doesn't really matter what you take on, as long as it's unique, you will face a healthy amount of self-doubt, like this example here.
Had to pretend that you were a gorilla. If you're scared, you like hunch down. And I remember just looking around at the other people in the room and I was, what have I signed up for?
And the key thing here is that you're not trying to eliminate the self-doubt completely, because that's impossible. But you want to build your rebel side to kind of talk back to it. So when it comes up, you can silence it. So let me know, do you have a rebel side? And I have more stuff for you down in the descriptions, and I will talk to you in my next video.